Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make a paper shotgun. This model was inspired by old style guns. It's an original design I created myself, and the result looks really cool. Best of all, you won't need any glue. The only required materials are 3 sheets of A4 size paper. If you want, you can slightly change the sizes, but then you'll have to adjust some details along the way. Anyway, we are going to fold the first sheet in half. Unfold it and fold both sides to the middle. Fold both sides again. And fold the paper in half along the first crease we made. With that done, rotate the paper into this position, fold in half again, then fold the first half to the left, leaving a small gap at the top. Flip it over and fold the other side the same way. After that, we will need to fold the paper down, creating another diagonal crease. Do the same with the other side. And we have the first piece. To make the next ones, we need to cut the second sheet in half. To do that, you can simply fold it in half to make a guide. You could cut it, but I think it's much easier to just tear the paper like this. Set one of the halves aside and repeat the same step as before, folding one layer on top of the other and make the paper nice and thin. Now that we have this second part ready, let's take the first one again, place the second on top, preferably in this position, and simply roll the paper around the first piece. If you used a different size and this part is too wide, you might need to fold it a bit more so it doesn't cover too much of the first piece. Adjust it a little at the end, leaving some space at the top. Then separate one of the layers from the first piece and fold to the side. Then finally tuck it underneath these layers here, folding the paper inside. This is the result. Turn it over and repeat the same on the other side. We have combined the first two pieces. We will set this aside for now, and then we take the other piece of paper we set aside earlier. We need to divide the paper into two parts. So, again, let's fold it in half to create a crease. And then we just cut or tear the paper. Let's set one of the halves aside. Let's rotate the other half in this position and fold it in half. Then unfold. Now let's fold the two top halves to the middle. Then we'll bring these new diagonal edges to the middle as well. And then fold the bottom corners up. Let's fold in half. Now we have the third piece. Just to explain, I'll show you that this piece will eventually fit into this space here. But for now, let's leave them separate. We'll take our third sheet of paper and let's mark where the top half is. Then we are going to fold the left side to this same mark. unfold, and then we cut or tear the paper at that line. We'll set this smaller part aside, and we cut this other in half horizontally. These two parts will be the barrels of the gun. For now, we'll set one of them aside as well. And now we need to turn the paper into a little straw, into a cylinder. To do that, you can use a stick, a pen, a pencil to help, anything. But if you don't want to use glue, you'll have to first roll the paper tightly in one direction, making the cylinder as thin as possible. Something like that. Then you'll have to unroll it. And you'll notice that the paper is curved. So we just repeat this step in the opposite direction. That way, just the curl of the paper will hold the cylinder in place. Now, before we continue, one very important detail. In the end, we will have two barrels, and they both have to fit inside this other part here. So, I'm just going to do a quick test to check the size. It's about half the size. I just need to make the other one more or less the same size. With that, we have all the main pieces ready. We still have this other piece of paper. We're going to roll this one up as well. We don't need to create a cylinder, just a kind of a spiral. Now we are going to use this part to keep the two barrels together. First, I'm going to flatten them a little, because in the end they have to fit inside the other piece. Then just roll this part around. To fit the other part, it is important to align these pieces on the right side. This time we'll have to push the paper a little more until a good portion of this part appears on the other side. Something like this. Now, we still have another piece of paper. We are going to divide it into two as well. Separate one part and turn this other one into a very thin cylinder. And at the end, we just need to bend the middle. This is the result for now. We are going to take the other piece of paper, divide it into two as well, and then we're going to turn these two halves into two even smaller cylinders. Now that we have all the pieces ready, let's fit the remaining ones together. First, we're going to take one of the small cylinders and fit it inside this upper barrel. We are going to push the paper back to the front just to press everything together. Shape the detail a bit. As you can see, it has a bit of movement. To make the next step easier, I recommend again bringing the paper back. Then place this triangular piece here on the side. And then bring the paper back to the front, keeping these pieces together. In the end, we just need to adjust the back here. And we have another detail finished. The next step is to make the trigger. We take the other small cylinder and fold one of its tips. We fit this fold part into this space we have here in the center. And then we shape it like a trigger. This part also have movement. As a final detail, we simply take the piece that's left over, we flatten the tip, and we fit under this layer of the first piece we made. We fit the other end here at the back. And with that, our paper shotgun is ready. The only material used was paper, we didn't use any glue or scissors, and the result is incredible. I hope you were able to make it, I hope you like it. If so, remember to click like and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, see you in the next video.